Well, I think it was the late Sir Howard Wilson who said a year was a long time in politics. And it's certainly been a very interesting year, if not a lifetime of activity. And it has certainly been a great challenge, but an honour to have been chosen by the majority of Irelanders who took part in the first ever Disabled People's Champion election. I've had many interesting experiences, some heartwarming, some frustrating, and some thought-provoking. And I hope the fruits of some of the first year's work will come into blossom over the next year or so. Held 6 successful surgeries, drop-ins, areas where people had the opportunity to meet me, and now that we have a team, we will recommence those very shortly. I've been privileged to attend many events involving groups, charities, people with impairments that are focused on not just disability, but the achievements of disabled people in the arts, in sports, in business, in life, and in education, and has also enabled me to not only take part in some fun and some fundraising, but to learn things, training courses, conferences, and so on. In the last year, I have seen the tide turning in a number of respects where there does appear to be more political and parochial support for moving forward what you could call a disability agenda. And we have seen, for example, a new ramp in St Peter Port, a commitment to sustain a ramp in the Forest Parish, consideration being given to improved lighting, improved access. We're pleased that at least the new transport strategy has taken some time to consider disabled people's needs, and clearly the issues relating to changes for the bus services has sparked off a much wider debate about accessibility, social needs, and perhaps a more focused door-to-door service for some people with impairments. I think that is an area that we will explore. On other levels, I've put across some disability ideas, not just from Guernsey but from elsewhere, on social networks like Facebook and Twitter. And I've written about disability, newspaper column, raised some points in the States, at presentations with colleagues, at workshops. But I think to continue the work that's being done with an interdepartmental team of activists and civil servants on ensuring that momentum is not lost on the disability and inclusion strategy, and the States gets to hear in the next few months about the excellent work that has gone on, supported by the Deputies and Equalities Officer, Emily Yerby. And that is a political challenge, despite it being straightening economic times. I will not give up on that work stream. I think we would all agree that we do not have a legislative framework that's modern enough or fit for purpose. A major achievement of the last year that the states members unanimously supported was the new mental health strategy, mental health law, which came into force from April the 8th. And I want to see similar provision generally for disability, equalities and inclusion. And that is a broad strategic aim. On other levels, it is improving communication, information, and maybe equalities training and changing people's attitudes. I've enjoyed meeting many people from different bodies, charities, voluntary organisations, professionals in the field, embarked upon conferences as diverse as ADHD, autism spell training, stand-up comedy, to raise both the profile and the some money for the Guernsey Disability Alliance, focused on my lungs for longevity, taken part in all kinds of activities. It can be a challenge some weeks. There's always a tenth of activities that I can't fit into the calendar, and certainly the caseload can be difficult because you don't necessarily have the right resources, and in any case the solution to people's problems, although miracles do happen, often takes a degree of time, and you don't see any outcome for several weeks, if not months. When we had the surgeries last year, from a political point of view, although I was assisted by people connected to the GDA, people who've served in the States before, and one or two civil servants. From a political point of view, I was initially isolated, but now we're going forwards with a more team approach, and I will have two deputies as assistants to the champion, and in different ways. I'm sure they are already well known to many people across the island, and so I think they will bring a lot to the table.
Hi, my name's Arrun Wilkie, Deputy Arrun Wilkie from the Western Parishes. I stood for election as Disability Champion in 2012, and I said at the time, if I wasn't your champion, I'd still be your friend, and that's why I'm helping John in his very important role at the moment.
Well, Arrun certainly pushed me hard in the election. He got a significant amount of support, both from people with impairments and disabilities and carers and professionals. He has already worked hard on two different boards, and is one of the younger states members, and he is going to assist me, as is Deputy Pelley, who's a constable of St Sampson's Parish, and therefore has particularly strong parochial roots in the north of the island, as well as a background in education and some hard work on Free States committees.
Hello, my name is Pelley. I'm a deputy for St Sampson's. I'm very pleased to be involved with the disability group. I'm looking forward to encouraging people in the outer parishes to get involved, and I'm very happy to support John Gollop in his work as disability champion. And
not only will we share listening to the public and working with the cases, but between the three of us, we're on about 6 or 7 different committees, and any conflicts of interest that occasionally arise can be dealt with using a team approach.